Honestly speaking, I'm a married man.
Okay.
At least for past 30 years, I've been a married man.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you for point of knowing. I and my wife got married from the family, not
Okay.
on the roadside, not at the club. My family have to go to her family. Arrangement was made, marriage right was paid, and everything carried out. Then we started married. Up to today, we are happily married. She is not thinking of doing such a thing because it will be a disgrace to the family.
Okay.
Because the whole family know that she's married to me, and all my family also know that I'm married to her. So there are certain things I would not like my family to hear that I have done to her. The same thing applies to her too. So but when you marry anyhow, maybe you met somebody in Accra, you marry, you don't even know the village where he come from, anything can happen.
Okay.
So to make it short, every family should think very well before giving out their children into any marriage.
Right, most welcome to Prime TV Africa with me, Jay Brown. And of course, we are in town talking to people about pertinent issues that has come, that each and everyone is talking about. But this is the main issue we are coming to talk about. There is this man who happened to travel to Canada. The wife is dead before he traveled with some job opportunities. So when he went, it happens that he has to move with the children. He has to come and take the children and all that. So in conducting the DNA, it came out that the 3 children doesn't belong to him. How would you deal with this issue? Your wife is dead. There's no family that will take care of these kids. And then you are going to travel. You are in Canada. You are coming for your kids. And then you realize the kids are not yours. 10 years, 7 years, and then 4 years. What will you do? So I have Oga here to discuss that with, and I have Archimedes here to also talk to. But before then, let's go for a quick commercial break. When we are back, we'll delve into this thoroughly. All right, you're most welcome back from that quick commercial break. If this is your very first time watching us, subscribe, like our video, and then share for me. When you're doing that, yes, it means you're consuming and liking our content, because we have a lot of things on here for you. It's Prime TV Africa. Oga,
Yes,
good evening.
fine evening.
I hope business is going well.
By His special grace, we are okay.
All right, Oga, I think you saw this the other time we discussed this thoroughly, and I know you have your own, views on this. And what do you make of this? How will you feel realizing that 3 kids of yours doesn't belong to you?
Yes, it is unfortunate situation. But whatever happens, there must be solution.
Oh, okay.
It is only death that has no solution. But apart from death, every other issue of life has a way out.
Oh, okay.
In this case, the woman is no more.
Yeah.
There is no way you can abandon the children. I suggest that the best thing the man should do is to take the children.
Okay.
Explain things to the embassy or the company if he has to do with giving him visa or denying him visa. And they will see that if she should abandon those children, to whom is going to leave them for them?
Oh, okay.
Nobody. If the woman were to be alive, he can decide to leave the children and go for another wife and raise another children. But here is the situation whereby their mother is no more.
Okay.
So the best thing is to take the children. He has been their father all along.
Yeah.
So continue being their father, and they will be a good children to him.
Okay, but Oga, would you say the man will be right, or would you say if the man decide not to take care of the children, would you side with the man?
I will not side with him because I told you that he has to find solution to solve the situation.
Okay.
Once the problem comes, the next thing is to find way to solve it.
Okay.
So running away from your problem has not solved it. So in this case, the best solution is to take the children. Abandoning them, I will not support him.
You said he should solve it out, but the wife is not around to solve it with.
No, solving I mean is this. Not allowing the children to be hopeless, going out as an orphan. These are the children who grew up knowing that they have both parents. And all of a sudden, you are telling them that they don't have either father or mother, while the man they know as the father is still around. So I will not side with him.
Okay, according to Oga, he will not side with the man if he decide not to take care of the children. And I have Archimedes here. Archimedes, I hope say also Uti is
Yeah.
What would you make of this? If the man decide not to take care of the children, do you think he's doing something right, or that's the right thing to do?
For me, I wouldn't fault the man if he decide not to take the children. I won't fault the man. Say or decide they say on farm or monkwa. I won't fault him because to think you are the biological father of the children you've raised.
Yeah, three kids
you've raised to some level, only for you to find out that not even a single of them is your child. It's your biological child. This is like someone using a sword to pierce your heart. This to make you be thinking that are you not even a man? What is wrong? Like where did you go wrong? Because this is a lady you've married. You married legally. You've been with for a very long time. Only for you to find out that all the 3 children you are fathering are not your biological children. If the man should decide that he is not going to take care of them, I will fault him cry. But you know, two wrong can never be right also. In as much as you can react based on your emotions, after all things have calmed down, you need to reason and also know that it wasn't the children's fault that happened. The lady that will answer these questions is no more. So you faulting the children and putting all the blames on the children also wouldn't be right. But whatever decision the guy will take, for me, I won't fault him in any ways.
But someone might say, someone says he should just take the children to the lady's family, probably because the lady is not around to, give or explain or give him answers as to who the father is. You see, so and I'm probably. I think the person who suggested that is equally right.
The person is equally right. But you know, I think parenthood is not about you being the biological parent of the child only. People adopt children and they father them till they die. You get me? So this is an unfortunate situation that have happened. But you shouldn't also base all your decisions on your emotions. You get me? By all means, there are some investigation you need to do. Your wife has friends when he was living, she was alive. He have relatives that knows movement here and there. So by all means, before you decide that you want to take the children, you have to do investigations to know who the biological father was. Me, I will dive into it to make sure I know who did that wicked thing to me. Like that. Who did that wicked thing?
But the woman is not around.
It's not around. But there are still investigations.
Secretive.
But there are still investigation that can be done. Your wife is not that secretive that none of his family people or none of his parents will know the friends that when they go out, they loiter around. But only somebody will know. And you with 1 or 2 informations, you can gather some 1 or 2s and you will know who the biological father of the children are.
And will you be more disappointed if you realize the children doesn't belong to one man but different men?
Then I will understand that I married Olosho. I got married to an Olosho. It's rather unfortunate I didn't do my background check well. You know, some of our generation guys married with emotion. They met at the mall, and the lady have some cares, some have some vital statistics that you want, so they just fall in love. In the olden days, before you get married to somebody, you get married to a family. There are investigations that go around. They will go into the family to make sure none of the family members have been promiscuous even before. Because they don't want you to enter something that your parents cannot afford to follow you into a lion den and later come and call them to come and remove you from that lion den. So investigations are done before the marriage comes place. But now people will meet at the mall because he's still a lady that is nice looking and have some vital statistics that he wants. I'm in love. This is what happens when you marry recklessly. You get me? So I wouldn't blame the man for any decision that he takes because it's very heartbreaking. Look at what's happened to that Lamti. A similar situation. All the grown-up children, the 3 children are not his. only for him to find out that not that I'm impotent, I'm potent. It's just I just married to I'm married to a devil incarnate, a devil's daughter. You get me? So it's very heartbreaking, but
okay, it's very heartbreaking, but actually hard for do. Okay, let me come to you again. Let's look at this in a nutshell. It's a whole family thing, something that has been happening, reoccurring, and all that. Why do you think probably you will get married to someone and then the person will decide to go and cheat and then bring the child to you, knowing that this child doesn't belong to you?
It's all about the family foundation.
Oh, okay.
If you marry someone from a good family, a bad seed can never, a bad tree can never bear a bad tree seed.
Okay.
Every tree bear after its kind. So the type of family you marry determines the type of character you will see in the woman you married.
I'm not cutting you, but you know,
Okay.
for now there is burden, which means I can cut a mango tree and then put orange
Yes.
on it, and it will grow.
That is in agriculture. But when we are talking of
In
in reality, I mean, not it's also reality anyway. But when we are talking of human production, that one is not common.
All right.
If at all it happens, but it's not common. Honestly speaking, I'm a married man. At least for past 30 years, I've been a married man.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you for point of knowing. I and my wife got married from the family, not on the roadside, not at the club. My family have to go to her family. Arrangement was made, marriage right was paid, and everything carried out. Then we started married. Up to today, we are happily married. She is not thinking of doing such a thing because it will be a disgrace to the family.
Okay.
Because the whole family know that she's married to me, and all my family also know that I'm married to her. So there are certain things I would not like my family to hear that I have done to her. The same thing applies to her too. So, but when you marry anyhow, maybe you met somebody in Accra, you marry, you don't even know the village where he comes from. Anything can happen.
Okay.
So, to make it short, every family should think very well before giving out their children into any marriage.
Okay.
Make investigation, as my friend had just said. Let there be proper investigation. If there is any comma in your family or in the family you are going to marry, you have to think twice. Otherwise, at the middle of the road, you will be in trouble, whereby your matter will become national debates.
Okay, so let's say for instance, you guys are churning out good points, and I like this discussion. But let's speak to this. People are now calling for DNAs to be conducted immediately the child is born at the hospital. Do you think that's the best way to go?
If only the cost of it is minimum, very, very low, which anybody can afford, fine. There's no any bad thing about it. But whereby it is meant for the rich alone, then it cannot hold. Because even poor people cheat, not only the rich people who...
Yeah, that's true.
Uh-huh.
The poor people cheat the more.
So, what will determine that will be
involved is
if...
okay.
Thank you. If
You are okay with
it is okay.
Okay, Archimedes,
Yeah.
what do you make of that call? Do you think, don't you think this is going to break homes?
you know, I
Calling for a DNA to be done as soon as the child is born at the hospital.
I think the government should even sponsor it for it to happen, because there are a lot of broken hearts that are killing. You know, broken heart is killing people more than accidents in this country. You get me? So if the government, it's a good cause. I think I need to speak to this current MP in my area to take it to the parliament for them to debate about it. It's going to go a long way to help. If ladies see that DNA will be conducted right after birth, this promiscuousness will stop.
Okay.
Because you know your husband will find out when you cheat. Your husband will find out when immediately you give birth to the lady or you give birth to the child, your husband will find out. It will hinder you from doing something.
Okay.
But because they know this secret, some of them will even die with the secret. Like this lady have died with the secret that the husband didn't know. If it wasn't this visa thing that came, the husband won't find out till he died. And imagining you fathering somebody you think are your biological children till you grow old, that you have no strength to work anymore, only for you to find out that the children you've suffered, you've paid paid all their, you've told and invested in are not yours. That can even kill you right from the onset. So if the government should take this matter as a serious matter and fund for it, it's going to go a long way to help us to be good citizens.
All right.
You get me?
It's going to go a long way to help us as good citizens. But you know, calling for DNA, I think is a right call. But to me, the DNA thing must be a call for both. Yeah, when you are conducting DNA for the man, you have to conduct for the lady, because there are some times that the lady, we have the children being changed at the hospital, and DNA coming in will help a lot of men, because a lot of men are fathering children that are not theirs. I know this will go a long way to help. So if this is your very first time watching us, kindly share this video. We have a lot of content on here. Prime TV Africa is the name. Tell someone to subscribe and then share, like, and leave your comments, and we'll be proud of you. My name is Jay Brown, and it is Prime TV Africa. Have a great day.